Hi everyone, this is Denise Levy. I'm an artist and designer, and today I'm going to show you how to make this lovely robin card. Hello, I'm going to show you how to put together this lovely robin card, perfect for spring or summer, really, in my opinion, any time of year. So I have been, I just started kind of dry fitting everything. So I'm going to move these pieces out of the way. I always recommend in a card like this that you do dry fit before you start um, gluing all the layers. So I am going to just get started with the background layers first, and then we will go back to the bird. I'm going to get glue just on the bottom of this blue layer, just so I make sure I get it all lined up. And I'm happy with that. And I'll get glue all the way around. And then our next layer is this layer. We want the branch to be going up like this. So, yes, so I'm going to get glue on the little branch pieces in the bottom. And then again, just it seems to be a good way for me to get things lined up. I've got a little bit of glue. And then I will just do a nice like that. And then finally, we've got this little frame, this brown frame. And I'm going to get glue. And so it's not a big surface area. I'm just going to get glue down on all of it. And yeah, okay. So now I'm going to start with this branch piece. It's my little beak. And make sure I've got that going where I want it, like that. So I'm going to get glue on this part of it so I can shimmy it around a little bit if I need to. And I'm just following the outline from the green. And now these places where I didn't, I'll just get a little glue behind there. If I need to adjust a little bit, I still can. That looks pretty good. Now, if some of the green like shows through, that's something that does not bother me. You might feel differently, but I think that's just kind of the beauty of a handmade piece. So the first thing we're going to do is put down just the bird's body here, the robin. Get that lined up. Got more glue. I'm having a day with the glue. These baby wipes definitely help. Okay, so we've got that. And then our next layer is going to be this gray layer. And then the orange is going to go next. And I wish I would have cut this layer out of a little bit darker of a gray now that I'm looking at it, but it'll still work. So I'm just kind of lining up that and then trying to get the feet His claws where I want them. Okay, more glue. All right, then this orange, his breast piece is going to go next, and it just follows that shape there. I'm going to have to get a little bit more glue behind here. I'll hold that down for a second. I just love robins. They've always been, you know, you start to see them and you're like, okay, yes, we're gonna make it. We're gonna get to spring. We're gonna survive another winter here. All right, so I'm gonna do the beak. Should fit perfectly with the face, but I think I'm gonna get the beak. I think I'm gonna get the beak down first. So it's gonna go that direction, and I'm gonna grab my tweezers here. It's just a small piece. Just a little bit of glue there. And sometimes it's just when I'm filming, I'm gonna pick this up. You know, it's hard for me to see. Okay. And now I'm gonna get his head on here. And again, I'm gonna pick this up. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, he's coming together. Okay, now I have this second claw to kind of give the card like some dimension. And again, man, I wish I would have done this in a darker gray, but I didn't. So if you want to leave this off, you certainly can. If you don't want to fiddle with this tiny piece, I don't think it makes or breaks the card, especially when I didn't get enough contrast in my color there. But I'm going to do it since I cut it, and it's, you know, whoops, not a big deal. It cut just fine for me out of cardstock. Dab some of that glue. Yeah. Okay. And then his eye, I did cut the eye out of vinyl, and I have not even removed it from my mat. What I like to do with small pieces like this is I like to just use my tweezers instead of transfer tape. If you like transfer tape better, you certainly could do it that way. I would definitely cut the eye out of vinyl. And then I'm just going to place that down, and our little robin is done. Now we have our little cherry blossoms. So I am going to dry fit these, and I will not bore you through that process, so I will be right back. Okay, so I've got all my cherry blossoms in place, so I'm going to start gluing them. I'm going to glue them together and then glue them to the branch. And you could pop these up if you wanted with some foam adhesive, but I think I'm just going to glue these right flat to the branch. We've got a lot of cardstock going on, and so already gives it some nice dimension. I always like to add dimension to my cards. I think it adds a lot of interest. but I think this one is fine with all of the cardstock. Oops. If you purchase this card from me, thank you so much for supporting my art. If you're interested in buying it, it is available on my website, DeniseLoveyStudio.com, and also on the Silhouette Design Store. You can just search for my name and I will come up, hopefully. Okay, get this down. All right, now a lot of times when I do like stuff like this, I like to put it on a piece of painter's tape because I tend to lose little small items. So I'm gonna just keep working on this. Okay, I got all of those centers on there. This card is done. As you can see, I didn't add a sentiment to this card, but you could definitely, if you are a stamper, you could stamp something, you could handwrite something, or you can just leave it like this. I think this would be a lovely card that somebody could display. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I really appreciate any likes or follows here on YouTube. Have a wonderful day.